Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. Hey, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo. How do we do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law no more. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So today we got two beasts of a knives. They both come from my guy Grugs from Legion Tactical. I will put a link in the description to his channel. You need to subscribe and check him out. Tell him Old Scab sent you. My brother, thank you for sending these. The one in hand is the Mukti. It is from Everest Forge in Nepal, handcrafted. The handle is 6 3/4 inches. The blade is 15 and a half with a 14-inch cutting edge. It's 5160 steel. It is a 1/4 inch thick and it has a rosewood handle. Now, it retails for about $144.99. This is the first Everest Forge knife that I've wielded. Very balanced, comfortable in hand, generous handle. I will say we had a little roll on the edge that you might see. Now, that was the only damage I had. When I'm done with these tests, I'm going to send it to DJ Horn to straighten it out and put a good working edge on it. I will say this, the Mukti is sharp, it is tough, and it is durable. I think what happened when we were out in this pine forest, I hit into some lighter knot, some fat wood, and just put a slight roll in it. It did not chip, it didn't crack, nothing like that, and it's easily fixed. It also did not interfere with the performance of the knife. It is a beautiful, beautiful beast of a knife. Now, right here, we have from KHHI Nepal, and y'all know I love them, the Power Hammer Bowie. It's 52-100 steel. It has a rosewood handle. It is hand forged in Nepal. It is a 1/4 inch thick. The blade length is 16 inches with about 15 and a 1/4 inch cutting edge. The handle is 6.5. Now, here's the deal, guys. There was zero, and I mean zero, damage on this blade. I believe Grugs had this oil quenched. I'm not sure. Grugs put in a comment. I think he had it oil quenched, but they did a dynamite job. Both places did a fantastic job. You can see that bacon right there. Now, guys, that's what we call, if you're new to the channel, that's lighter knot, fat lighter. If you're in the South, you know what that is. I believe it was right in here where we got a little bit of a roll. But again, it did not chip, didn't break, anything like that. Grugs, my bad, brother. I'm going to have it straightened out for you and fixed. But it did not damage or do anything uh, unrepairable to the blade. Now, both both knives. Let me say this. This was not a. It's not even really a comparison or a versus type deal. These are just two big ass knives that Grugs was good enough to send down and let me play with. Now, let me say this to all my tree hugging friends. We tried to cut only stuff that was dead or going to die. You can see we're in kind of a little slash pine forest there, and you can see there's construction going on. Now, here's the deal. They're going to run that straight through where we're at. I had permission to get out there and do some cutting. And again, we tried to just cut only things that were dead, dying, or that they were going to remove anyway. Now, here is the Power Hammer Bowie. Yes, I sped this part up. There's the sheath. Now, Grugs, put in the comments what this Power Hammer Bowie costs, because this one is more custom. I think the standard. Now, look at that for size, guys, to give you reference. And this is the only section I sped up, but I had to get some time off. There is the actual Power Hammer that is welded on, welded all the way around. Now. I'm going to clean these up, send them to DJ, and then send them on to Grugs. The thing about the Power Hammer Bowie that I liked, even though it was custom, even though it was a little longer, it was very well balanced in hand. That pommel really took a lot of weight off that blade. Still a great chopper, still a great cutter, but it did a dynamic job. Now, again, just some reference there, guys. And look at that generous handle right there. Rosewood. I've got to say, for my first interaction with Everest Forge, I was impressed. Now, somebody's going to say, Scab, you had a little damage to the blade. it was minute. It could have been my fault. It's not like I hit a piece of soft pine and it rolled. No, sometimes we got to be careful in what we're doing. So that's my fault. We're going to have it fixed. And again, you could still use the knife. It did no damage. Now, I wanted to give a legit size reference. Guys, that's a BK2 from K-Bar. Most people have the BK2. Look at that. And you can see against both the Mukti and the Power Hammer buoy. And Grugs, buddy, please don't worry. I did clean up both blades. Before I ever started the test, I wiped them down with Eagle's Tears so they were protected. I didn't look like a ninja, son. Right there. Now, right here, we're doing the Donnie B all day, throw it at the stump test, and drop test. Now, here's the thing. Again, we wanted to test the tip, we wanted to test the edge, and we wanted to test the balance. Now, these are two huge knives, okay? Massive knives. But they are a lot of fun. Not every video, not every knife I review or demonstrate, whatever you want to call it, is going to be super serious and oh my God, I ran off the road and I got to survive in my underwear with my pocket knife. I try to do some knives that are just fun, man. I realize something of this size probably isn't going to be your everyday carry. Get it, got it, don't care. I do want to say this, though, about D-Bad. Donnie is marching to 10,000. He's coming up. He's getting there. Let's get him on over the hump. If you are not subscribed to Donnie B All Day, there will be a link in the description. Please do that. Again, if you're new to the channel, we do shout outs every video. It's just the way our community is. It's the way I am. I come in with community. I'll go out with community. I just believe in it, and I love Donnie to death. I love Grugs to death. And while I'm shouting out people, if you have not seen the video of Joe and his son doing the 22 a day on the push-ups, check it out. Joe from Steel Forged and Fire, Sword and Knife, my partner on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. Check that video out. Now, back to these blades. Right here, we're doing the John Peters stab test. Both of these blades, both of them are wicked stabbers. Both of them have sharpened swedges, and both of them cut the shit out of me because every now and then old Scab will have a brain fart and drift off. Again, this Power Hammer buoy, both came beautifully, and I want to stress that, aesthetically pleasing to me, and I did clean them up. They're going out the way they come in. I can't say it enough, but I used them and I wasn't going to stop and wipe them down. The beautiful thing about using the Eagle Tears is simply this. It protected it, so when I wiped them off afterwards, that stuff slid right off. I am a big believer in Eagle Tears. And to the guy who said our Eagle's Tears wasn't good because we didn't show you the knife, hey, dumbass, we showed you a close-up of it. Pay attention. Okay, that's enough for old Scab Petty. We're moving on. Now, I would have to say, of these two knives, the Mukti is probably the better stabber. However, and I know it is because, guys, that's what we're doing. The John Peters stab test is where we stab the sidewall of a tire that came off of my old Dodge 1500 El Diablo. The most I've ever gotten, I believe, is 3, maybe 4. With the Mukti, we were able to stab 4 and then drive it home again and get a 5th. This thing is a wicked stabber. And here's the thing, guys. I also do this stab test to test the tip, but also the handle. Are there any hot spots? Is there any slippage? I'm a big rosewood fan. I really am. Now, right here, we're going for 5 pieces with the Mukti. We do a 6 to 8 inch, just a quick, hard downward slam. And again, I do not in any way, look at that handle, man. I do not in any way believe in abusing a knife. I just don't think it shows. I don't think it's important. I do try to run hard on these knives. I really, really do. Now you can see I went off the backside there. That's why we come back. I picked up 4 and got 5. So it did absolutely go through 4. Now, these two knives, and let me get back to this as far as practicality, okay, and the fun part. Why did I mention that? Because somebody inevitably, I couldn't carry that. Look, I get it. And this isn't something I'd carry every day, but this is something that I would go out to the woods with once, twice a week and chop with them. Both of them are just fun. And guys, listen to old Scab right here. Sometimes it's okay to have fun. Now, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. I know you got a reputation as Billy Badass, but sometimes it's okay just to have fun. And Grugs, again, my brother, thank you so much for letting me play with these. Again, first run with Everest Forge. I would definitely get something. I think this one, like I said, I think this one was $144. Let's say 145, 144.99. So $145. Very comfortable in hand. Not bad to wield, guys. I mean, you got two beasts of a knife. Now here we're just playing with some curls on that swedge. When you got knives this big, they wear on you. They just do. They get a little tiresome. But I'm gonna tell you, both of them can serve a purpose. Both of them were great choppers. And here's the truth. The absolute God's honest truth on this power hammer Bowie right here is you can take that edge with just a little bit of work because, and we've talked about this before about the Kukri House and sharpness. I'm going to tell y'all, this one came in pretty damn sharp. For a 1/4 inch spine and a blade that big, they did a damn fine job. You know, if I'm going to bitch about them coming in not sharp sometime, I want to give them credit where credit's due. They did a jam up job and they did a great job on the edge bevels. With a little, and I say this too because it's a 1/4 inch, with a little bit of honing right there, you probably could have a very good all-purpose camp knife. Like my guy Isaac the Noob says, if you like a knife enough, you can make it practical. Now right here, I got a stump. This is one I wanted to test and start kind of doing on my choppers. Just 2 hard downward swings. Now, at this point, I was looking to make sure we didn't do any more damage. We didn't. And that's why I think it was just maybe a one-off and I might have hit like some kind of knot in the wood. But again, not pulling anything off that swing, no added damage. So that tells me it was probably a knot because everything held up. Everything was good. And this thing right here, that Mukti, I am very impressed with it. Now, here's the power hammer Bowie. And we're going to come with it again and again. 2 hard downward swings. And you see how good. Now, one thing I did want to say too is y'all will notice every time I go to pull the knives out of that old red oak stump or even out of this stump right here, whether it's they bite, the tips bite, the blades bite, everything is there. I'm just going to be honest with you. I am a KHHI fanatic. Everybody knows that. I don't even try to hide it. I just love their knives. I really do. They make tanks. I do apologize right here, guys, for the lighting. I'm still, I got all my tips from Joe, and I'm still trying to check them out. But I had a lot of fun. And again, Grugs over at Legion Tactical. The guy has a huge collection of knives. Check him out. Donnie B all day. Check him out. Joe, Steel Force and Fire Sword and Knife. Check him out. Gamer's Edge. That's his son, Giancarlo. Check him out. Love that kid. Great kid. Check those guys out, man. I got a bunch of videos coming up, so I want to take a couple seconds to kind of step away from this video just a little bit. Now, I mentioned in a community post, and guys, do me a favor, please. Please go to my community post. Run down that list. I try to share videos of content creators who are building their channels. They're good content. Check them out. Sub to them. But I mentioned on my community post that we've had a 600 sub gain this week. It's been incredible. It's been a great ride. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise by Monday, I'm hoping to cross that 4,000 threshold. Now listen, we just went over 3,000 a few days after Christmas. So we've gained 1,000 in a little over a month. And to each and every one of y'all, thank you. We will do a couple videos later in the week. I've got so many dang knife reviews, guys, that I want to get a bunch of knife reviews out there, especially for the new folks, okay? New folks coming in, it's what we do. We demonstrate knives. We do big knives, little knives, all kind of knives. Love doing them. But in the week, we'll come out with we'll do a giveaway video, explain the rules. I will also give you an update on the raffle that we do for Mission 22. That is a big, big thing with me. And let me say this before we move past that. Not one single solitary dime, not one, comes to Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. I'll do a video explaining the giveaway. I'll do a video explaining the raffle. I can't speak, son. Checking both for damage. Now, that test right there, guys, this test right here is one of my favorites. No matter what size knife I use, I like to take and hold a limb with one hand and try to chop a point with the other. It's about showing controlling the knife. Is it too heavy? Whatever. Both of these knives, believe it or not, they're gigantic. Okay, there's no denying that. They really, really are. They're 1/4 inch thick. Both, to me, are very well made. That's just my opinion. And again, guys, these we did for fun. We did kind of a throwback, more chopping than anything else, but I thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed them. 2 tough-ass blades, both really easy to control. Well, guys, listen. I love y'all. God knows I do. My guy Mikey says it best. Everything's going to be all right. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. This was fun.